मुझे शारिब का स्वयंवर चाहिए.
स्वयंवर का तो अभी पता नहीं, भगवान करे कि ये जेके का स्वयंवर कराएं.
So far, we never thought, what a bad idea. So far, what a bad idea.
We are meeting a woman in a man's world who's running a show like a man and is written by men.
I told Nimrat too that initially her character was a guy.
You know, धीरे धीरे करके I realized, then I've started showing off. I said, yeah, I'm a part of it. As an actor, I need to somewhere expand my horizons and be more brave.
Despite of giving a good audition, when I came out, I cried कि यार ये इतना अच्छा है कि ये नहीं होने वाला.
Were you a fangirl of the series? You know, I was thinking about it, that how following one of your favorite shows is a lot like following one of your favorite sports teams. You wait for them to come back every season. There could be some new players, but then of course you're there for the OGs. The new players of course bring an excitement and an energy that could change the game. And if you follow my drift, then you'll be excited for Family Man Season 3. I'm Rotox, this is Just Too Filmy, and I'm sitting with Raj, with Nimrat and with Sharib. Thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Thank
Thank
Great
you,
to see you.
Rohini.
Great to see you, great to see you. I'm going to start with you, Nimrat. No unfair advantage, of course, because you're a woman or sitting right next to me. But I can't help but take it back to Kajol, and I'll explain why. Because when Kajol was the killer, you know, suddenly it was really cool for women to look at themselves as being antagonists in what used to be usually a male-dominated like character. And here you are, and I'm assuming you're playing the antagonist because the trailer takes us there. So there's two things here. One is the family man, and the second, of course, to play something that you might have not before. So talk to us about that first.
I have to admire the way you've asked your question is really a first. It's very, very interesting. You know, actually, I have played an antagonist and somebody who's like the nemesis of the protagonist and all of that. A cool enough person in her own right in a show called Homeland.
Yeah.
And that was actually a point in my career when I said, you know, I was not sure. I was like, you know, and I'm playing an ISI agent, and you know, everything about that part feels like I need to ask myself some questions and, you know, do I really want to do this? But at that time, something about that decision-making process, and even though it was as exciting as a project like that is, for me, it shifted something in me, and I said, you know what, if I'm going to keep judging everything I want to play and everything that is going to come to me, my career and my life choices will be very limited. And as an actor, I need to somewhere expand my horizons and be more brave. You know, it just takes courage and the ability to free fall with something that you're taking a very big risk on. And it is a risk because do you really want to, you know, be hated? Do you want to have people think of you in negative light? Because sometimes people can associate their personal emotions with something you've played so strongly and, you know, impressively on screen, whether in positive or negative light. And actors' lives are, you know, perception based. I can go on and on. But the point is that I changed the narrative, I changed the story in my head, and I decided to have a lot of fun with it. And somewhere, when your approach to playing something in the grey area becomes different, I feel like the same kind of conversations come back to you. Then the part becomes cool. People want to be you. They want to be in a position that you've assumed in a universe where, you know, in real life, when and where would we get to do all of this? And the kind of sass and the kind of, you know, the freedom and just, you know, to be a different kind of a human being that otherwise would be behind bars, you know, you get to play. I feel like, you know, there's just so much salt in that. And I find that to be one of the most delicious experiences as an actor, where you can just go and explore, you know, a dark side without any heavy backstories even sometimes. It doesn't always have to come couched with that. So it's reimagining life through the lens of a person whom you'll never meet.
You know, I'm so sorry. I've watched the first episode and I have to share an observation with all of you actually. You know, when there are women who are playing antagonists, you know what the only difference I notice is that those women are just confident. And I feel like it's such a small thing where she's just saying something to him. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but you know, just the way she approaches it, I just feel like amping up a confidence is just so small, but it's so big for women.
Yeah.
And especially when they're playing, you know, confident women on screen, they could be intimidating. And that's a lot of fun, don't you think?
And I think it's equally fascinating that the writer's room is all men. Isn't that fascinating that, you know, they have in this show, and I do believe that is probably the case with my character, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So isn't it fascinating that we are meeting a woman in a man's world who's running a show like a man and is written by men?
Yeah.
You know, I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
And it is so empowering to take that position and then fly with it. And then look at your own self. And many times, Rohini, I used to actually think about my own self. And I used to be like, you know, it would be kind of cool to be this self-assured about so many situations which otherwise I would just, you know, be under a quilt about.
Yeah.
You know, it is so interesting that what I'm trying to sell as an idea or as a character on screen, I'm not sure if I can pull it off.
In real life.
I really don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if I have it in me with my conditioning, my upbringing, all of that.
Yeah.
So this is the freedom. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I already enjoyed a little glimpse in episode
And you've just
1.
seen the episode, the first episode. And then, you know, let me not, you know, set
Yeah,
a breadcrumb trail here.
Don't. But thank you so much for that, Raj. I mean, needless to say, we're very excited about this season. I had a beautiful conversation with the rest of the directors, and I almost missed you there because it would have been nice to have you there as well. But I do want to ask you something that I asked them as well, that one of the biggest sticks for Srikanth was that his family, the entire family, didn't know. And here you are in this season, because the trailer tells us, now the family knows.
Right.
But one of the most exciting things about the show was the fact that there was this cat and mouse with the family themselves. When you don't have your biggest stick, then what do you do?
Very good question. Most of our ideas looks like, as you were saying it, I was thinking about Go Goa Gone, Stree, Fuzzy, Family Man, any of these stories. The freshness is what hits you first, the newness of the idea. And that's why people like it or remember it and all that, high concept. But when you make a sequel, you don't have that surprise anymore. So we pretty much decided that we need to give up this surprise, give up on holding on to this high concept, because you would still be doing the same story otherwise. You will still be in the same zone. You have to, that's the last one you're holding on to. You have to, only when you give up can you explore newer ideas there. So that was pretty much, it was a conscious choice to let go.
Wow.
You can keep the double identity for a very long time.
Correct.
But letting go also immediately pushed us into brand new ideas. So yeah, I mean, it's you at some point you let go.
That's amazing. Thank you. Suddenly this became life lessons. Like,
Oh wow!
who expected a TED talk? Thank you. Sharib, clearly this season is about your Swayamvar. I don't care about anything else. मुझे ये ट्रैक चाहिए, मुझे शारिब का स्वयंवर चाहिए, मुझे बहुत एक्साइटमेंट हो गई है. आपने इसकी मांग की कि कैसे हो, बिकॉज आई नेवर थॉट अबाउट इट कि श्रीकांत तिवारी फैमिली मैन इसीलिए है क्योंकि उनकी फैमिली है, लेकिन इस ट्रेलर से मुझे एहसास हुआ कि आपकी नहीं है. So, मुझे जानना
किसी को तो एहसास हुआ
है ना? तो मुझे बताओ, ये जो रोमांटिक इंटरेस्ट का ट्रैक है, I find it the best thing that I'm going to look forward to.
Was it in the first episode?
हाँ, a date.
Continue. No, I don't know if it was 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep that in my interview.
Yes.
But ट्रेलर से पता चलता है कि आपको मतलब अब जरूरत है एक साथी की.
मुझे जरूरत है, जैसे आपने इतने पॉज लिया ना उसके बाद.
नहीं, मैं सही शब्द ढूंढ रही हूँ. जब आपको पता चला कि ये कहीं ना कहीं आपके किरदार के साथ जुड़ने वाला है, were you excited about it because you're like, हाँ यार, होना चाहिए जेके के साथ.
एब्सोल्युटली 100%. अच्छा हुआ अभी आपने जेके बोला, क्योंकि पहले आपने बोला मुझे शारिब का स्वयंवर चाहिए. तो शारिब के तो बच्चे बड़े हो गए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
बट हाँ, जेके
बच्चों से उम्र का पता नहीं चलता. शारिब
मुझे
माशाल्लाह.
मिला एक नया एहसास, क्या बताऊं. नहीं तो डेफिनेटली एक तो एक नया चीज़, जैसे क्या कहते हैं उसको, जब कोई एक नया फैसेट ओपन करते हैं तो उससे और नई चीज़ें निकल के आती हैं और हमें खेलने के लिए और नई चीज़ें मिलती हैं.
बिल्कुल.
तो इस बार जो एक नया ट्रैक है मेरा, वो मुझे बड़ा पसंद आया था. कुछ बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सीन्स हैं. और स्वयंवर का तो अभी पता नहीं, देखिए क्या होता है आगे. भगवान करे कि ये जेके का स्वयंवर कराएं.
No, I love it. And I think I'm going to go back to you, Raj. I think that's why I love this show, right? Because, hey, everyone is human and everybody has stakes. How important was it for you to do this for even JK's character?
It was time to focus on JK. Earlier, JK was part of the family.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still part of the family.
Yeah.
So it was fine to have him there and explore his character in that group. Like how you would see Dhriti and Atharv and JK, it's part of the family. So we thought we should go home with him a little bit and see what he's doing there.
Yeah.
So it was the right time to do it. In the middle of all this big plot, we still had to take time to go with JK to see what his deal is and what's up with him. So it was right there we knew it was a great idea to just be with JK, go with him and see what happens.
Yeah, JK
And
on a
I
dating
had
app.
a great time.
You had me at JK on a dating app. That's it. Like, what would you do,
Yeah.
But I also want to ask you that when do you think that a story or a character or a world will require not one but two antagonists? And was that, how did that happen? Because you could have had one.
Yeah. Right. Like I was saying earlier that we knew that suddenly the antagonists were taking a really, really good focus in the show. It wasn't planned like that in the season 1, but we realized that antagonists were actually becoming one of the very strong characters, and that was bringing the freshness to the something new to the existing premise. And so we had done was scheming, almost playing. He almost played them in Musa. And we had a ruthless, absolutely do or die
Assassin.
fighter in Raji. And so we had done those, and this was a bit of a conscious decision. What do we do next? And we had different ideas, and how they came together. It took us a while, and I told Nimrat too that initially her character was a guy, and he was the right hand of Dwarak, the other billionaire who's behind all this. And they were really the antagonists. It was more of a cerebral clash. But when we switched it to a female character, suddenly it popped. And it made all sense. And now Jaideep's character is making sense. And so together as a pair, we needed the oomph that we needed for the antagonists.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think you brought the oomph with both of them. Oh my God.
Yeah. Together, they both are, like I was saying, they are both similar and yet dissimilar.
Yeah.
So both of them have a swag and a personality and a command and confidence that you said, and lack of loyalty in a way, while having integrity in their jobs.
Sure.
So it became a great combination, and we've explored quite a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the rest of it. I wanted to understand from you, going back to my first question, were you a fangirl of the series? And I'm assuming you watched both seasons before you got the call. And be honest, Nimrat.
So I have to be honest.
Thank
So the chronology actually begins at an award show where I met Raj and DK sir backstage. I just knew I had to work with them, and I had not watched Family Man at that time.
Sure.
I hadn't. But there was something about the way conversations were, had about them, and instinctively I knew that I want to find myself in the world they create. And it's a rare one for me because I feel a little shy and I'm a little bit, like I feel a little hesitant. But I just went up to them backstage and, we were just in a photo booth and kind of a thing. And, I just met them and I said that, I'd love to work with you guys whenever. And later I figured that apparently they work with actors in this manner where they've had a casual conversation. They're like, oh, they want to work with us, we'll work with them. And then love happens and, and then, the part happens and all of that good stuff. And I said, okay, I didn't even know it at that time. Then coming to your question, which is that when I got the call, and I was sitting in a low Wi-Fi network area
As always.
in Rajasthan shooting for something, and I got to know that, they want to talk to me about Family Man, and I said, oh my God, this is just so brilliant. And then, the wonderful kind of, we had a great conversation, and, it was just that I was just waiting to start filming.
Sure.
Honestly. And you could just get a vibe, you just know that, okay, this is somewhere you want to find yourself. And then I watched season 1 and season 2 back to back. I watched and it's like one of those times when you know that your instinct was leading you in the right direction the whole time. And every character they have created, and they create their characters with so much investment and love, which is why people love the show so much. Rohini, never in my life have I got the kind of reaction I have received for the anticipation of me becoming a part of a franchise.
Brilliant.
For
Brilliant.
real.
Of
Within
course.
family, friends, people I know, friends, strangers, anyone, anywhere. Family Man season 3, when are you up? When is it releasing? When is it coming?
Kya baat
And
hai.
dheere dheere karke I realized, then I've started showing off. I said, yeah, I'm a part of it. So I
Put
was
it there. Why not? Why not? So, I never expected to find the answer to this question, but my question is, what do you really do at award shows? Now I've got the answer, which is you.
Oh, no, you don't go with it. This is really a one-off.
I'm saying in a fun way. I'm joking, guys. Look, my straight face
Oh,
can
I'm
be.
I'm
No,
going
but
to use
this is
that
funny.
somewhere.
This is
Oh,
really
that's
funny.
what you go and do there.
No, I'm saying you nailed it, Nimrat. You nailed it. And I want to ask Raj as well. Raj, actually, it's a great question. How do you know that you want to work with an actor, and what is it that makes actors good for you?
Wow. No, you know of actors, you watched bits of their work. A lot of times I haven't watched their work. Of course, I've seen her in Lunchbox.
Yes.
And that character is not at all this character. So there is no way to say, oh, she's good at this kind of role. We know only her in that kitchen, in that small apartment. So most of the times I won't have, I saw Filmistan actually, I had seen it. Manoj is also barely one filmer. So even Jaideep's I hadn't seen anything by then. So it's really more about who they are, what their aura is as an actor, and what I think in my mind that they can do. It's really that we don't do screen tests, we don't do readings and see if they're fit right for the part. Nothing at all. It's just a conversation on a Zoom call or in person. We talk and see how they're getting it. Just see their sensibilities and see the adaptability. Maybe it's not like a question answer. Just have a little chat.
Correct.
And then okay, let's good to go. Actually, we've done this throughout our career, not knowing how they'll do. For some reason, we have too much confidence that this person can pull this role off. I think it's their personality that's projected that we're catching to see that they can do this. We put people in the oddest roles too, and they've always worked. So far, we never thought, what a bad idea. So far, what a bad idea. So
I think one of my favorite casting choices that you did make was.
What a dreadful day for any actor.
dreadful day for the filmmaker.
Bad choice. Oh
You have
God,
to-
what have we done?
They won't know. We know. And we're like, oh shit, how are we going to finish the story with this person?
Yeah. It never happened, guys. Just FYI. No, but I remember that is a great example. Saif is a great example.
Saif is a
With
great
Boss.
example
Yeah.
of never having done that stuff.
Yeah.
Manoj is a great example of never having done comedy.
Yeah.
Samantha was a great example of never having done action. Everybody, in every thing, it is like that.
The surprise.
Yeah. And Kunal Khemu had never been a slacker.
Yeah.
And when I told him about the role, he said, "Do I look like a dope head to you?" I said, "No, you can play a great dope head. Is what I feel." So it is that.
Yeah, thank you for
Sure.
that insight. Sharib, I want to take you back to your first season, and I want to ask you, when you started off playing JK, and today where you're at with JK, what have you learnt about JK now that you truly know? Like, यार नहीं JK ये करेगा या JK ये नहीं करेगा? Because I'd like to believe कि actors खुद अपने किरदारों को यार करीबी से जानते हैं. So has there ever been a line or a scene that you probably looked and said, but JK ये नहीं करेगा?
मेरे ख्याल से ऐसी कभी जरूरत आई नहीं
है ना?
कि मुझे ये बोलना पड़ा हो कि यार जेके ये नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि बिकॉज द राइटर्स हैव आल्सो बीन विद द क्रिएटेड और वो उस जर्नी में रहे हैं, तो कभी मैंने ये सवाल कभी आया ही नहीं कि सेट पे कि यार ये तो जेके का लाइन नहीं है.
बिल्कुल.
बिकॉज वी ऑल आर लाइक इन कंप्लीट सिंक विद ईच अदर.
करेक्ट.
और जिस तरीके से कैरेक्टर बना है, मैं तो मेरे ख्याल से आई एम रियली फॉर्चुनेट दैट आई गॉट टू प्ले दिस पार्ट. जबकि जब मैं जब ऑडिशन से बाहर निकला था ना, सिंस वो उस वक्त मैं इतने रिजेक्शंस हो रहे थे मेरे, मैंने डिस्पाइट ऑफ गिविंग अ गुड ऑडिशन व्हेन आई केम आउट आई क्राइड कि यार ये इतना अच्छा है कि ये नहीं होने वाला है.
Oh no, really?
हाँ, मुझे लगा कि यार बिकॉज थिंग्स वर गोइंग वेरी बैड, तो मुझे लगा ये भी दिस इज टू गुड टू बी हैपनिंग टू मी. और मुझे एक इंट्यूशन था कि अगर ये हो गया तो दिस इज गोइंग टू चेंज थिंग्स फॉर मी, और वो मेरा इंट्यूशन करेक्ट निकला थैंकफुली.
इस सीजन में ऐसा क्या किया है जेके ने पहली बार जो उसने पहले नहीं किया
है बताऊं कैसे? मैं अभी नहीं बताना चाहता, उसके लिए आप लोग सीजन देखिए तब मजा आएगा.
लेकिन एक्शन तो किया होगा, ज्यादा एक्शन
है ना एक्शन है ना,
because he's always been part of the action.
अब एक्शन किस टाइप का वो मैं नहीं बताऊंगा.
See, I'm not bad at this. I have a feeling there's an upping the stakes. I also have another prediction. Is that क्योंकि श्रीकांत is on the run, you need to take care of the family.
It's like lie detector test.
हाँ, ये तो मैं ये ऐसा
Guys,
सवाल
I'm just
है.
being a fan girl right
आप
now.
मुझसे इतना बताइए मेरे स्वयंवर में आओगे कि नहीं?
अरे बिल्कुल आएंगे.
Promise.
You are very in sync. All I can say is you are one of the most in sync with the shows and the characters.
हाँ.
She should be in our writers' room too.
Well, I see with Raj also, because he also does the same. He has an art. He'll also say things with a straight face. Until I watch the show and until these things actually happen, I'll never find out. But thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun talking to you all, because just to be here, and trust me, if I was not working, doing what I do, this would be an absolute dream, like to sit with the creators and the actors of my favorite show. So thank you so much for giving me your time.
Thank
Thank you
you.
indeed. Thank you.